takeaways? I mean, you got the chance to sort of see what you guys looked like on film. What are your takeaways from what you saw that first weekend?
It was a mix. There was some early season that emerged throughout the weekend. It was great that we got a chance to play back-to-back. I thought Long Island made it really difficult for us in terms of the speed they played with, the tenacity. We knew it wasn't going to be an easy weekend, but we wanted to get our start and see where we were at. We found our game the first night early enough to come to life and put 4 on the board. And then the second night we waited too long. We gave ourselves a chance at the end of the game, got one with the goalie out, but our guys realized how hard it is to play back-to-back. They realized that we still have a long way to go in terms of our own play and how we organize ourselves and prepare for a weekend. In the parity in college hockey, you're seeing, all across the board. This time of the year, everyone beats everyone. So to get a split, to get one of the two, we're happy. There's some direction that came with the weekend in terms of areas we need to grow, and now we have a real tough opponent coming up in Omaha.
Yeah, last season I feel like they were one of the most well-rounded teams that you guys went up against in terms of just really limiting space on the ice and whatnot. How do they differ from last year and kind of what you've seen this year?
They don't. The names changed, a few of them, but it's the same team. They played 3 games. All 3 games have went to overtime, and they've won them all. So this will be a great measuring stick for where we are, not just this year 2 team, but us as a program. When we played Omaha last year, it just felt different. It kind of was like, okay, boys, that team's going to end up in the national tournament, and they're gonna make it real hard on some teams, which they did. In Omaha or in Minnesota, just slipped past them. They're big, they're strong, they're committed to a certain style of game, and they'll just stick together for however long it takes. And they got a heck of a goalie, which helps. Last year, when they had the puck, they kept it. When they didn't have the puck and we had it, they came and took it from us real quick because they were bigger, stronger, faster than us. The score might have been close, but it wasn't very close. It was a real deflating feeling. But we talked about it as a group, and that's why you train in the summer. That team has been together for a while. That program has had continuity for several years. Not too terribly long ago, they were like us. But I think say it's 20 years, they're a national contender. They're an NCAA tournament team, and they're going to win. You can already see they're going to have a darn good year this year.
Compared to last year, last year when you guys went in Nebraska, the game was a lot tighter.
Yep.
I think it kind of came down to the third period, and they sort of pulled away. You talk about this sort of being a rivalry, considering the proximity between these two schools. How much would a win against these guys go towards building a rivalry?
Well, in order to have a rivalry, both teams need to win a few. We found out last year we had to close. We had some gap to close to be, to put ourselves in a place to challenge for a win. We're really concerned about our own game right now. We feel like if we play solid and together for 60 minutes, we can make it interesting. The other team has a say in the matter too. They got some darn good players who've been together for quite a while, and no one's been able to solve their goaltender to this point.
How much of a focus has the special teams been this week, just in practice and whatnot? Happy with the power play?
Well, we only got a couple chances the first night. So to say I wasn't happy, that's not true. I felt like we had some good looks that didn't go in. Those will go in throughout a season. I think 4 opportunities with some good looks in one unit that's really played the majority of those minutes. We have some pieces missing. Big pieces missing on the second unit that once those pieces return, we have a lot better of a look and a feel about us. So it's too early. Like, look around college hockey. I mean, there's so much that needs to get sorted out. If we focus far beyond our own team or just how we want to play within this program, I think it'd be the wrong thing to do. We're just really focused about ourselves right now.
As far as the goaltending situation, Josh played great this last weekend, really. I mean, obviously, he got the shutout the first night. Pretty solid game Saturday, too. But at this time of year, is this a time of year, though, to see really what else you kind of have? I mean, do you expect to sort of mix in some other guys this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, Coder had the first kick at it. He got a shutout, so we're going back with him. He's earned that. We have other options, but like I said, this is not going to be a year where all the goalies get a chance to play equal minutes. The best goalie, the goalie that gives us a chance to win on that particular night is going to play. I like our goalies, and our goaltending is not the reason we lost on Saturday. We'll see how it sorts out. It's the forwards, defensemen, goaltenders. They're all in the same situation. We're trying to figure out what we got in there, and that's what teams are doing this time of year.
You mentioned how hungry this team was to actually play another team after the North Dakota game.
Yeah.
They're of course getting to play back-to-back now. Just trying to get into that back-to-back rhythm. How important is that just for their recovery-wise and going from now this week to week and having to play those teams? That's important to kind of get into the rhythm of the season.
It's part of it. I mean, Friday, Saturday, that's every weekend pretty much from here on out. It is a little different. You have a big game that you put everything into on a Saturday up in Grand Forks. Then you come back, and Friday we liked our group. I mean, we scored 3 goals in 7 minutes. It was exciting. I loved the fashion we scored them in. It showed some of the talent that bubbled up. And then you come back the next day, and you have to, in college hockey, you have to find a way to match energy, especially at home. You have to draw from your crowd, and I think we had 8 shots halfway through the game. That's just not going to do it. So you identify, you talk about it, and you learn and grow.
So that consistency, keeping that energy throughout the whole game, and being able to deliver on that every single night.
Yeah, and again, you try to learn from it and talk about it, because they get a little bit of you'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's the first time, okay? So it's kind of a shame on you. The next time it's a shame on coach, okay? So we competed this week in practice. There's been a lot of emotion in a couple weeks for our guys. So is that the reason Saturday happened? And I give credit to Long Island. Like, they weren't happy maybe with their game on Friday. They came back, and they wanted to leave a statement here in Sioux Falls before they went home. And they did. They outcompeted us for most of the game, outskated us, and they walked away with a victory in a split. I was pretty impressed with that group too.